So you can see here, we've put the vent and the skylight in now. It wasn't overly complicated, but luckily enough I had one of my friends, Barry, come and help me do it with his tools. So it's that helped a lot. But the trick was, obviously, the instructions are close to useless. There's half a page of instructions somewhere. But measure it out, trace around it, cut it out, and put the air vent in. Now I've got a list of things to do now, so I don't forget. You can see them here, written here. So drill the holes. I drilled the holes on the roof. I now file the paint. I file the sharp bits. Then I put some kill rust on it, so the steel doesn't rust where it's exposed. Then I putty it around the top, silicone it, fit the screws in, silicone the screws, cut a little bit off the side, and then silicone it from the inside. That's pretty much done. So I've only just drilled half the holes, so I've got to get back on the roof. The battery went flat in the drill, so I changed the battery, and yeah, I'll keep going. Here's the ladder to get on the roof. I don't know if you can see that bit of material so I don't scratch the roof. But we'll go up and try and finish drilling the holes. So I've put this putty down. I don't think you can get it too wrong, but I don't know. You can watch plenty of videos on YouTube and everyone does it slightly different. But I think the main thing, it's hard to see. Let's see if I can't change it. The main thing is that it's built up higher. You kind of want these bits flat, so you've got to build it up. The grooves and the divots and the valleys, you have to fill them up so that the whole thing is pretty flat for when you put the lid on. But I don't know. I covered up the screw holes, so I don't know where the screws have got to go now. And I'm not sure if it's got to be dead flat, because you can't get it dead flat because it's sticky, and because you've got to tear it in other bits. But maybe it'll just pull down tight when you tighten the screws, but it's a bit hard to see. So I don't know. I think I'm ready to screw it down. You can put silicone on top as well, and I have the silicone here. But I'm not really sure it's necessary, or whether it'll make it better or worse. So it seems pretty good with how it is. I don't think water's going to run under it. I think that's going to be okay. Anyway, I'll do the next bit. Well, it seems to be on. I can't get these screws here, this end of the thing, because you can't screw in because the bloody lid's in the road. So I'm gonna have to work out how to take the lid off so I can screw this end down. Fucking pain in the ass. Doesn't say anything about taking the lid off on the instructions when you install it. I don't know what these people think when they invent stuff. They could make it hell of a lot easier if they put some brains into it. Or at least the people that write the instructions should write them in English or something. I have to see if I can take the lid off somehow. So I think it's finished. I don't think I can do much more to it. It's as you can see in that last bit of a clip, it's all this stuff is down, the soft stuff that it's all packed up. When you screw it down, it squishes down tight, so you can see it and then I put the silicone over the top, and yeah. Then I siliconed over the screws, so I don't think it's going to leak. I think it's pretty good. I'm quite happy with it, actually. You couldn't do the screws up very tight because you don't know how much it's going to pull the whole thing down. and then you get that stuff to squish out everywhere. So I think it's pretty good. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. I'm going to put the lid back on it and get off the roof and hopefully never touch it again. Fingers crossed. So yeah, but it's just the lid I bought from the caravan park, and it seems to be alright. Nothing too complicated about it, but the glue that's around this is bloody shit house, and it's kind of all come off. You got to push it back on, but it's not the best quality thing I've ever seen in my life, but it should be okay still. Alright, I'll get off the roof now. It's getting cold up here.